Hello, greetings fellow stationeers, and welcome to part 15 of the Brutal Start on Mimas with me, 54 Bear. I have modified the cooling system as a temporary measure because I'm really running low on CO2, and the cooling system I put up there just wasn't cutting it. There was way too much CO2 in here to cool down quickly, so I've just added some medium radiators, and as soon as it gets down to a respectable temperature, I'll deconstruct it and hopefully force all the gas back into the tank. Not certain what happens when you dismantle a radiator, meaning I don't know whether it deletes the gas or whether it forces it back into the pipe network. Either way, it's not a major issue. We have a lot of CO2, so we should be good to go for a while. Okay, I don't need that. I have started work on the framework for the trading area. As much as I dislike trading, I really have to do it because I want to get some other seeds. I'm just going to go with a 3x3, but I want a bit of walking space around. In fact, I'm going to send it out another row. Push it a bit further back. I'm all for compact, but I don't want to be super crowded. And I have made the arc welder, although I made a mistake and I printed the Mark II variant, which cost me a little bit more. I think it was Electrum, and it's not quite as visible in the tool belt, so I may actually print the other one and sell this one, or see if I can trade it away for something. Okay, I am out of iron sheets again. Alright, well, I think I'm going to be good enough for a while. $150, alright, so a couple of minutes, and I think we'll be done. Alright, so that will be the centerpiece. We'll have the arrow shows the direction that they come into land from. So that way. That one will go there, I think. Let's do the diagonal one. Yeah. Alrighty. Ten cable coil. Actually, I should really do it this way. So what do I want next? Vending machine. That, I think, will live here. Get it kind of out of the way. And that, I think, needs plastic sheets. Yeah. Not certain if I have any of those. No. Screwdriver. Right. So we should be able to get cable down the side here. Alright, so we'll need access to that, but not super critical. Satellite dish, let's do that one next. Alright, well I'm not going to worry about manually controlling it because I am going to be using Cows Are Evil's script. So what I will do to add to the funkiness, oh, that's interesting. You can actually mount it one above. There, I think. Alright, and I will rip out these frames and replace them with the iron wall framework type thing. Right, what does that need to finish it up? Welding torch and one iron sheet. Okay, so I need iron sheets. That is the takeaway from this. Okay, that's perfect. So dump that. Dump that. Angle grinder, I think.
Hydration critical.
And wrench required to deconstruct. Right, that should have stopped it cooling via those emergency radiators. It has, although this digital valve is still on because the temperature in here is ridiculously high. Okay, what have I pooched? Well, that's not connected to that. So the temperature on that side is 10 degrees. That's 19. So that should have turned off. Right, so that is going to continue to cool that, albeit very slowly. Okay, temporarily until I fix it, disconnect that. So that shuts that off. Oh, wrong thing. Right, this will get very cold. at which point this one should fire up and just take the chill off it. Anyway, so I can get CO2
Power critical.
from the tank into the hab. Need to extend that landing pad because I always run off the edge. Yeah, I need to check the code, but I'm not going to do that right this minute. Want to get the trading thing squared away. And where did I put my sheets? Probably going to need more frames as well, actually. Right, so we'll run the power from here. Let's get that started. Don't think I'm going to have enough cable. In fact, I'm going to run it round the corner. Like this. That's just so if I want to, I can bring other cable out here without it going through. Because the drawback for doing it this way means I have to come into the hab anytime I want to turn the trading on. So that may change. I may leave the one inside on all the time and have a separate switch out here, or a separate transformer. Alright, let's get this annoying squawking taken care of. Need a few more frames. I'm going to need a way of bringing the CO2 in. Sensible way would be to tie it into this system, and then it would readily distribute it around the base. Okay, iron walls. I have one there. I don't think I have any outside. Right, where was I? Oh yes. Cable. Any down here? Yeah. Right, so I'll have that there. Need the computer and the motherboard. That's that one. IC housing. logic switch, and the circuit. Alright, so those are all the bits we need. Figure out where everything is going to live. Right, computer. I have the DLC, which would give me the other variant, but I kind of like the original one. There. Communications motherboard. Close that off. Alright, the IC housing, that can live pretty much anywhere as long as it's on the network. Don't really want it on the floor. Right, let's play a little bit of exterior designer here. Look, it's magic. Right, so give that a floor. Make everything else out of windows. I guess it needs a floor as well. So that kind of, sort of, almost looks like a framework. Well, I'm going to rip out the windows and make them all walls. I think that will actually look better in this. Oops. There we go. All right. Although that does mean the chutes will go through the wall, but I'll just bring them around the outside, I think. All right, leave that. Set to on. Right, now with that done like that, I can put the IC housing on the side. And I can still get at the pins. Okay. Oh, right, I need the switch as well. So dial, and I think this needs to be set to about 15 or 12. Yeah, review that later. Alright, so that's connected to that, which is connected to that. So just have to connect these. And we have a working communication system, albeit I can't control that directly. Now, in order to get the chip done, and there'll be a short edit here because it takes a long while for my scripts to load up. Okay, and there we go. So I'm going to use this one from Cows Are Evil. Don't actually need to change anything on it. As a rule, I dislike using code that I don't fully understand, but in this particular case I make an exception because I dislike trading so much. And I've just realized I don't have the IC code or the IC housing wired in. So we will rectify this. Okay, we'll turn it on, turn it off. So this needs the dish. Small satellite dish. Oh, I don't have the light. Okay. Something else I forgot to make. I think I'm going to have the light out here. Actually, if I put it up there, that'll be fine. That'll be visible, I think. Has to be an LED. So I'll put it that way round. Okay. Light is the LED, and the dial is the dial. Turn it on, no errors. Now there is a number. Let's see, I think it's written in here. Yeah, this is the stack that contains what you want. So 0 is everything, 1 is ores, 2 tools, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I set the dial to number 7, it should only seek to contact sea traders, which is really all I'm interested in at the moment. Right, and that's it. Well, that's a bit silly. It's just rotating around and not doing anything. I wonder if I can jump start it a little. There we go. Right, trading done. Well, I think trading is done. We'll wait and see. I may still put another transformer here so that I could... Actually, I think I have one left down there. I do. So let us do that. Seems a bit silly to have 2 inline switches, but it will give me the option of turning it off while I'm out here. Don't know how much power it needs. Okay. I forget what the colours are. I should make a couple of signs, put them out here. One for the dial settings and one for the light status. Anyway, that's it for this one. It was just a quickie to get the CO2 cooling under control. I don't have any plants in there at the moment, so I can take my time about plumbing in the CO2 supply. That will get automated on the same chip that controls everything else, and yeah, we can get ready or get going with the other stuff. But I will put the beacon in. Let's see, where power is going to come up this side, so we'll just rotate it. We'll turn it on. I doubt if I have enough power or enough cable. Okay, well, I do have a load more cable in the base, and we will get that wired up next time. So, thanks for watching. Hope you found something interesting, useful, amusing, all of the above, and I'll catch you in the next one. 54 Bear out.